I don't want to leave the show without talking about and showing some love to the undrafted free agents. Because again, it's kind of crazy. I actually saw a quote, I think this morning, and I forget who, maybe it was Bill Polian, I think maybe said it, but he basically said, rounds 1 through 3 are easy. It's rounds 4 through 7 where you build a Super Bowl champion. Like that's where you really pick the guys that make the difference. Anybody can pick a first rounder, right? It's whatever. Those guys stand out, but it's those fits, like you mentioned, those guys you get in rounds 4 through 7, even undrafted free agents. Some guys there's plenty of them around the league. I think, was Adam Thielen, I think, the receiver for the Vikings. Like, he was an undrafted free agent, right? Now he's one of the best players in the league. Like, it happens. So I want to mention these guys for sure. You had Sadarius Hutcherson, who signed with the Tampa Bay Bucks, who I thought was actually going to be drafted. Adam Prentice, who was in Columbia for a year with the Denver Broncos, and then Collin Hill. Boy, his career at Carolina, and Gamecock fans, I don't know if you've seen my Twitter, but it's just nuts how they feel about him. He signs with the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, you don't have to go quite as in-depth on each of these individual guys, but is there anything that stands out to you? Probably most with Sadarius Hutcherson. I really thought, the way he had, at the pro day, the numbers he put up on the bench, big, strong, physical guy, was really good on the offensive line for South Carolina. I was a little bit surprised he wasn't taken, but just your overall thoughts on those 3 guys coming from South Carolina as undrafted free agents.
I am shocked Sadarius Hutcherson didn't get picked late day 3. Mainly because, you mentioned the pro day. He blew up the pro day, and I don't think people were necessarily expecting those speed and agility numbers to be what they were. Everyone knows he is a mammoth of a man, so seeing him throw up 35 reps on bench, not shocking. I love that he ends up in Tampa, where they've got a solidified offensive line. He, I think, can be a depth swing interior guy for them. He played tackle 3 years ago at Carolina, I want to say, and then obviously was at his best as a left guard. He is so powerful at the point of attack, really good run mauling power guard. And the things that you want to see him do better have to do with pass protection, in terms of, I want to see him play with better bend, a stronger base. He's got the anchor to kind of anchor down against power guys, but he can struggle a little bit more with quicker interior rushers, because his lateral agility and feet can get a little wonky. But I am, when you see a guy who started multiple years in the SEC, played guard and tackle, blew up his pro day, and has good tape, you generally, that guy gets drafted. So to see him go undrafted was pretty surprising to me. I think he's definitely gonna stay. It might not be in Tampa, but I think he's gonna find a NFL home at some point. And a lot of the time, you mentioned the late day 3 undrafted guys. Those guys who stick out are the guys like Sadarius Hutcherson, who played big time SEC football, who have all the physical tools you look for, and it's just the technique things. And once you get some NFL coaching for him, I think he definitely will carve out a career. With Collin Hill, I'm a little surprised he got signed so quickly by Cincy. I think, to be honest, he's just going to be a camp arm. You throw on his Colorado State tape, and you can kind of, maybe this guy could play in Canada. And then you see what happens in South Carolina. I appreciate his hair and beard combo, but I don't think he quite has the NFL tools. I think, just kind of a camp arm. You bring in a bunch of college quarterbacks just to have extra arms in there. And then Prentice is kind of interesting, because he played a lot of special teams between Colorado and South Carolina. And that's what you need in a fullback these days, because fullbacks they don't impact the offense very much unless they're a very specific skill set. So it might not be in Denver, but he's got a chance, if he can ball out on special teams, to kind of stick around in the NFL for a bit, or at least be on some training camps, in different training camps, and maybe preseason rosters.